wherever the German army went, they established systems of occupation.
You have to imagine Nazi Germany covered by a web of terror.
Resistance fighters from all these countries were brought to Ravensbrück.
The women arrived at the concentration camp,
Hitler's only all-female concentration camp,
the like of which they'd never seen before, and they still didn't really know what they were in for.
The Rabbits were Polish resistance fighters that were operated on at Ravensbrück concentration camp. The Nazis called them the Rabbits because they were their laboratory animals.
German doctors, educated, intelligent men, I'm sure they were kind to their cats and dogs, set up this program.
Their legs had been operated on to test the efficacy of sulfa drugs. The ones that survived afterwards hopped around the camp because their legs were violated so badly.
These arrogant men thought that women were of so little value that they could just chop up their bodies, brutalize their bodies, and then throw them out to be executed.
No, doszło do 74 i były koleżanki, które po 5 razy miały operację.
The Rabbits had two main ideas as to how to stand up to these atrocities. One was to literally protest, and at the same time there was a plan to let the world know what was going on. They devised this idea of sending secret letters to their families back home in Lublin in invisible ink. There was an idea that if they could only get the information out to the outside world, they would stop it. And they were hoping that it would be used in evidence in war crimes after the end of the war. So they were absolutely diligent in the information they gave.
The relationship between the Polish women who had been experimented on and the French women started in the barracks. Nina Ivanska, one of the Rabbits, gave medicine that her father sent her to Anise Postolinet, and it saved her life.
Nina a vu que moi j'avais des abcès aux jambes et grâce à elle, mes jambes ont pu guérir et moi aussi j'ai pu remarcher.
There was this camaraderie that also developed amongst all the nationalities.
Współdziałanie to było pewien rodzaj walki o być, o żyć.
The Allies were advancing, and this kind of chaotic desire to destroy evidence had already started happening. The SS were aware that these experiments were a war crime of a special nature. This really was going to be the last chance for the SS to execute the Rabbits.
Któregoś dnia przyszedł rozkaz rozstrzelania nas.
The torture and the suffering and the degradation that was imposed on the Rabbits produced a solidarity amongst the rest of the prisoners that was unheard of. They were prepared to sacrifice their own safety for these women. This extraordinary system was arranged almost in a matter of hours.
Idzie gromada Niemców, SS-manów, z karabinami w ręku, z przygotowanymi do strzałów, tak jak idzie się powiedzmy na bój.
À ce moment-là, la solidarité était totale. Ces filles étaient menacées de mort, il fallait absolument faire quelque chose.
Bo przyjaźń ma ogromną wartość, proszę mi wierzyć.